Hey everybody, welcome back to Lance's shop. So we made the trip down here to High Springs to spend a few days here at my friend Lance Baltzley's shop, and just gonna hang out here and help Lance with maybe some of his projects going on in the shop, some of the things that he's been doing. Machined some leveling pads for he's got another Kent grinder here that he's setting up. It was a recent acquisition, so he's got some other projects. We're just gonna hang out, do some stuff here in the shop. This is the weekend before the Florida Flywheelers, so in a couple of days we're gonna be heading down to Fort Meade to go to the Florida Flywheelers show. So we just wanted to have a little time in the shop here to kind of get some things done. Some things have changed since the last time I have filmed here in the shop. Lance has kind of thinned out the herd of vintage machines. He used to have several in here, and he has sold quite a few. He's still got his Cincinnati Mill here, and he's still got his 10EE here. But a lot of his other machines, he had a bunch of shapers, he had a big planer. He ended up selling some of that stuff, and he's kind of consolidating what it is that he wants to have in here in the shop and the things that he wants to work on. He's actually reorganized this little area of the shop here. It's looking real good. So this is the Kent grinder that we have shown before on the channel, and he's got another one right here that's basically, I think it's the same exact machine, except this one's newer, right? It's about 10 years newer?
Yeah, it's about 10 years newer. Yeah, it's in great shape.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna help him. We're gonna get it leveled up here this morning. This is a new machine for him, track mill, CNC. So this is your first CNC machine tool, right?
Yep, it is. Yeah,
and
I'm
he's
pretty
loving
excited.
it.
I just bought a new controller for it, and they just came and installed it earlier this week. It took like 8-10 weeks to get the new controller for it, but I'm pretty excited about it.
That is cool.
Yeah, so maybe you'll get some footage of that running if
I
could figure it out before before you leave. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's very cool. It is a bed mill, and he's excited about being able to use this machine right here.
Yeah.
And his Acre lathe, and he's just got a nice little workspace set up in here. I think he's got a cast iron surface plate he's gonna put here in the middle to use kind of as a workbench. So whatever it is we get into this weekend, I'm gonna have the camera and share some of the shenanigans, and I am gonna show you guys another mill that he's got out back covered up. It's something that I'm actually interested in, so we'll get to that later on.
All right, sounds good.
So we're gonna get the Kent grinder set down on the machinery leveling pads I made. These are the pads that I machined for Lance. I just cut some turkite to put down in there, and he just finished turning the ends of the leveling bolts now in the lathe. Turn them down to fit the counterbore here. So you got 3 feet, 2 on the front, and then we'll come around here to the back side, and you can see how it sits. There's the one on the back there. So it sits on 3 points. All right, ready?
Yeah. Okay. All right, bring her down.
Looking good?
Looks good. Keep coming. Okay, come on.
That's it.
All right.
It's off of it. Now, you
Come
want me
up
to pick up?
Yep, just a fraction. Yep, we're there.
All right.
Yep.
Easy does it. One more side to go.
Yeah.
Lance is breaking out the precision levels. This is a really cool one. I want him to show you guys because I don't have this type of level, and it's really neat because you can level in 2 axes at the same time, correct?
Yeah, it's a fell level. You can see it's got a large central bubble in it, and we'll show it on the machine. So yeah.
And then this should be as 199. I just recently showed using mine on the new lathe, so we're going to use that to do the final leveling. Use the it's Fellows.
Fell.
fell.
F-E-L-O.
Yeah, so use the fell to get it roughed in really, really close, and then we'll use the 199 to get it.
So if you look at that, you can see the front of the grinder is high, and it's high front left.
Yep.
From the operator perspective.
That's cool.
So I'm going to start dropping the front, and and then we'll just basically what I try to do is get them for a 3-point grinder here. I get the right and left done, and then I can just use the back to adjust the front to back.
Yeah. Okay.
Super simple.
Yeah,
Super quick,
very cool.
too. Yeah.
We got the pads under there. They're looking good. And in fact, he's already put in an order for 6 more.
Yeah, that's true. I did.
You see the acrylate right here. He's actually got it sitting on the 4x4. He moved it into this position, so he needs to, set it back on the pads. But he's decided he likes the height of where it's at on those 4x4s, which is about 3.5 inches, I believe.
Yeah.
So
it's just too low. It's too low the way it is for me. Anyway.
I'm gonna cut some more. He wants them 4 inches high, so we're gonna make 6 more. We'll get to that later on at the house. I'm gonna get over here and help him get this machine leveled out, though. All right,
good to go. So we got right and left in the ballpark, right?
Yeah, right and left. We're very, very close. So now we're gonna do front to back. Now this is a super sensitive level, 0.5 thousandths. All right, hold it.
Okay.
Too far.
Okay.
Yeah, way too far. Got to go back up.
How we look?
4 lines off, so you still got to come back up a touch.
Come up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I told you the wrong way. You need to come down.
Keep coming down. Okay. No worries, man. Keep coming.
It's moving. Just hold it there. Let it settle.
Okay.
It's pretty close right there. You want to come and take a peek?
Yeah. I just need it in the ballpark, and then we'll use the 199 to do it.
Yeah, it looks like we're about a 1/2 line off on both axes.
Oh, I'll take that, and then we'll use the 199 now.
Okay.
The bottom's flat. Been stoned multiple times, so.
All right, so now we got the stair at 199, and I'm gonna help Lance and try to get this thing leveled out. So the 199 wouldn't actually fit in here, so he broke out one of his other levels. So what's this one?
That's a Weiler, and it's an adjustable level. Essentially, I use that on a Kingway style tool. To measure scraping on
Kingway
blades.
alignment tool.
Yeah.
That's the type of level. Okay.
But
you see it's adjustable there for your calibration, which we did before we started doing this. So using this front to back. So it looks like we're still about a 1/2 line off, maybe not quite.
High in the back.
Yeah, still high in the back.
I think I'll see if I can
give
give it another bump.
Yep. It does not take much.
Yeah.
Especially with the coarse threads, man. If you had a fine pitch thread, it'd make it a little easier. Let's see if we can watch this. And,
it's probably too far, but let's see.
No, I think you hit it perfect right there.
All right.
It's looking pretty good. We'll have to let it just kind of settle and check it. But we'll check this again and make sure everything kind of stayed where it's at. But it's essentially it's leveled now. So he got a great deal on this Kent right here, 1020 AHD, and it's an identical grinder to this guy. This has been his workhorse for several years now, making his precision ground stones. And I believe Lance's idea is that he now has 2 grinders to work his stones at the same time, right? Well, or have 2 different setups.
Well, yeah, this I'll just keep doing stones on, but this will let me. That way I don't have to clean that and put a, aluminum oxide wheel on it or something.
Right.
This I can keep set up for steels or other metals in general,
cool.
and I can just keep running stones on that.
Yeah.
Another year that I'm gonna have to pull a saddle off that and scrape it. I can already tell there's a minute amount of wear front to back on that. I can just feel it and operate.
You use the hell out of it, though.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, it runs a lot.
Yeah, it does. It stays busy. So, yeah, it's been a good one.
Lance is gonna grind some of his stones for me while I'm here. This is gonna be 3 sets of precision ground stones. That's gonna be for the new shop. We're gonna start with, or one of the sets is gonna be a 4-inch set. So this is a stone that it's an 8-inch that he takes and he cuts it in half, right?
Yeah, cut them in half. Yeah.
And then so you end up with a pair.
Yeah, I'll throw these in a grinding vise, and then I grind them so they're essentially
Same length.
same exact length.
Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to grind a pair of the 6-inch and then a pair of the 8-inch. So we'll have 3 nice sets of precision ground flat stones to use at the shop. And we're going to work on this, and I think he's going to have me run the grinder a little bit too, right?
You're going to do the whole thing.
I'm doing it. Okay.
I'll stand here.
I'll have to give him the camera.
Yeah, I'll hold the camera and I'll talk you through the process. That way, everybody can see how we do it, start to finish. Actually.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
might be interesting for folks to see it.
We've touched on this before, but it's always fun to show this when I'm here because this is something that he does a lot of. So you'll be able to see how he makes his precision ground flat stones, which is a super handy tool to have in anybody's toolbox around a machine shop.
Yeah, I think if you really want a good background, go up to Robin Renzetti's YouTube channel, Rob Renz, and he makes them on a manual grinder, on a non-hydraulic, and you'll see how I run them on my automatic hydraulic grinder.
Okay.
So it's just the way I do them versus the way he does them. He's much smarter than I am, so go look at his video.
Well, all I can say is that however you do it, man, they work great because I love the ones I have.
I back these 100%. If you guys ever order a set and you're not happy, return them and I'll make them right. Actually, I think I've only ever had, to be honest, one set returned, and it was a set of 4-inch stone. Interestingly enough, these things move just like steel will.
Yeah.
And I actually ground an 8-inch stone and then I cut it in half.
And it moved.
Yeah. But what I did was, I was lapping them. I checked it on the plate. They seemed fine. And then I shipped it to a fella, and he started using them. And sure enough, they kind of bowed. So he sent them back to me, and I paid to have them shipped back to me. And then I reground them and shipped them back to him, and he was ecstatic. They worked great. But you never know till you know.
Right. Well, it's part of experience, It's exactly everybody goes through things like that, learning phases.
Exactly.
So, by the way, if they want to buy a set of these, where do they go?
www. I'm old, so I say www. 26acremaker.com. Hopefully, Adam will tag it in the video.
We'll put the link in the description down below. You guys click on it, and you can buy you a set of these.
Yeah,
stones.
I keep the website up. I had it down for a while this fall because I've been busy. But I put it back up. It's been busy doing this as well. But if you don't see something you like on the website, just ask me because I do all kinds of custom work. People reach out to me via email, and I do all kinds of interesting things for them. So,
oh, nice. Okay, very cool.
So Adam's selecting the stones he wants to grind right now.
Yep.
So pretty much the process is we'll go ahead and open the boxes, but we'll actually match them. You'd be shocked at how much variance there is between stones coming from supposedly the same company. I know there's probably multiple factories that make these, but
so you're checking like the height, right? You want to
yeah, well, every dimension, actually the length, and then so check the lengths on them, and then width and the height. Yeah. I don't care so much about the height because we're going to grind them individually. Some stones I'll take 15 thousandths off, and I've had stones I've had to take 60 thousandths off a face, one face.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, those look real good together.
These look pretty good right there. So we'll just call those.
That'll be a set.
So let's check the 8-inch linked here. All right, we'll pull this guy out. And
check the faces and the corners and make sure there's no big dings or cuts.
Some paper on it right there.
Oh, actually, yeah, there's probably some aluminum from the mold.
Oh, okay.
I'll see that every once in a while as well.
Let's try this guy right here. End to end is close. I can tell this one's just a shade longer.
Yeah, that's okay.
But it's close.
Yeah.
Yep, height difference there.
Now flip them around so the same colors are touching because they're actually beveled, believe it or not. Now try it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're not. I think as they put them in the mold, my impression is that the gray or the darker color is on top, so they can actually get it out of the mold. So there's a little bit of draft on the mold.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I've noticed over the years. So.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good set right there.
Okay, so we're going to go over to the other table now, and Adam's going to mark these up.
So Lance just showed me that you, this is like a visual aid whenever you're grinding, so you can see it. So he marks the corners with a pencil, like that, right?
Yep.
And then just make some lines across it?
Yep.
Like that?
That's fine.
Okay, and then do this side too?
Right. I found, I'm kind of anal about, you know, how important are the corners. I don't, you know, maybe if the corner isn't completely ground, it's not a big deal, but it is to me. And so I found over the years as I finished grinding stones and I'll start lapping them and I'll look at the face of them, you know, the corners can drop off on them, you know, and that bugs me. So I'll mark all 4 corners and I'll strike lines. That's what I've done since the very first pair I've made with the lines, but the corners I recently started doing.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, I think they get the
Get the
picture.
boring
They
gist
get the
here.
picture here. We're going to go ahead and mark all of them up just like that right there with the pencil.
All right.
Lance has got the Kent set up here, and he just gave me my crash course on the operation of it, and he wants me to get these stones ground in. So we've got the first one there. This is going to be the second one there. The marks, of course, are visual reference, so you know you're cleaning it all up. First side, we're letting that, he goes for 6 minutes per side. Once you get it flat, then he lets it run for about 6 minutes, and then we'll flip it over, repeat the process on the other side.
The metal keeper at the back, it's just got residual, so don't push too hard, just slide it up against there gently.
Yeah.
Make sure the stone looks square with the magnet. It's pretty good. Good enough.
Good enough?
Now, I'm going to sneak back here and screw it up probably, but let me...
And you don't have to put any pressure on that at all. Just with your right hand, just lean it up there a little bit. That's fine. With your left hand, move the magnet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got you.
You can do them simultaneously. You'll get it. And just take the right hand and just steady it against the edge here.
Just hold it. Just hold it in there.
With your right hand, now go ahead and crank that up. As soon as the magnet takes,
Oh, okay, yeah.
you're good to go. And then I'll typically touch this.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously tight now.
All right. You want to go ahead and cool it?
Now let's wait. We want to start this dry so we can see it cut.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. So counterclockwise on your spindle. 1, 2. Done. That's good. It's plenty.
May I bring it in manually?
If you want, or you can bring it in this way, and then I typically sight under it to make sure the wheels are all good right there. All right.
You want to bring it in over your wheel?
You can go ahead and gently hit your. That's fine. Yep. There you go. Now look under. Can you get down low? Is it comfortable enough to get down and sight to
Yeah.
the? I sight for the. You see the machine paint back there?
Right there. I think it's touching, actually.
That's beautiful. Now go ahead and cycle that. You're really close. You aren't touching, you're really close.
Yeah.
Now, ever so slightly.
Just move it until we're touching, right?
It's going to be like ever so slightly.
Yeah.
And then you'll see it touch off. There you go.
There it is.
Yep, that's touch off. So
All
now
right.
you can turn your coolant on so we don't have to put it in the dust. Doesn't take much.
Yeah. Just like that. Is that
Plenty.
plenty?
Yep. And then zero your DRO.
Yep.
And then go ahead and take 4 thousandths.
Oh, go ahead and do this one here.
4 thousandths down feed, same way. Real slow. Yep, keep going.
All right.
All right. Now put it on automatic. Yep, and then bump that one. Turn your advance button up to 9:30, 10 o'clock. 9:30, 10 o'clock. Keep going up. Because we're going to rough this right now. That's plenty, right?
Oh, there we go.
Yep. All right. Now stand there because you're going to work that handle. You're just going to watch the DRO. So once that goes off the back of the stone, get ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Returns now. Go ahead and down feed 4 if you want, or 2, whatever you get.
Oh, I
That's
couldn't
good.
remember. You did 2?
That's okay.
Okay.
I do 4 at a time on the course side.
You're
It's fine.
you're quick about it because you've done
Now I've
so
done,
many of these.
I've done, almost 2,000 of them already.
So going back,
Yeah,
is it
just
okay?
let it go back the whole way now. And then on your return stroke, yeah, don't give any down feed.
Yep.
Now go ahead and give another 2-ish. That's good. Perfect.
All right, there's
Just
10.
let it finish.
Yeah.
Now we've cleaned up all the pencil marks.
Yep.
So now I want you to do a 1 thou right now. Get on it and do a thou. That's good.
Let it go back across.
Yeah. And then when it comes back on fully again, give it a half-ish. Good. And then 3 or 4 more tenths on this last one.
After you go back across.
Yeah. Let it come back on the whole way. Now give it just a bump. That's good. That's plenty.
Okay.
Now when it goes off and comes back, you're just going to set your step over.
Slow it
to
down.
fine feed.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
1/8 to 1/4 of a turn. And then 6.
Yep.
I don't even think about it anymore. It's like I can do that, transition without even thinking. Well, wait till it goes the whole way off the backside. That's okay. That's fine.
Let me get my timer. We're going to start the timer there. I know you probably used the button there.
That's okay. Turn your coolant off. That way you just, yeah, there you go.
Yep, and then we're ready to go.
You're
Just
good. Demag it. You're ready to flip it. And remember, you don't have to do anything. Just, when you pull this off, though, like when you start using a surface grinder, you want to do that. I was trying to say that, but I didn't say it right last
Okay.
time.
So
Break
you-
it off so you're not sliding it.
yeah, okay.
And then put it back on relatively close to where you want it, and then just sort of scoot it in place.
You're not worried about cleaning that.
I
basic-
don't worry about it.
Okay.
So, because I just care about flat surfaces. It won't hurt if you run your hand across there.
Yeah, I just,
But
yep, it's there.
what I like to do is you're already getting a cut there. Barely, but you're getting a cut.
You want me to go ahead and feed it? Feed the head down a couple?
Yeah, turn your coolant on. Whenever you down feed, just make sure your coolant's running.
Okay.
Good. Zero your DRO so you know how far you're feeding. And just gently give it 2. Just watch your DRO. Good enough.
Okay.
Now go ahead and set it up on automatic. It's probably best to dial that where you want it first. Go ahead and
This
dial
one's
that.
going to be,
9:30, 10 o'clock. Not even that far. That's good enough. Perfect. That's fine. Just let it
Okay.
just close it up.
yep, we're going to let
We're
it,
going to try not to feed when it's off the stone, because then you get an asymmetric wear on the diamond and it'll cause.
okay.
Go another 2.
Yep.
Did you hear how? That's because you just had a little rapid feed there.
Sorry.
You gonna do it again?
Just give it a chance to go across there one time, because you're getting a little bit of
Oh, you're hearing that?
just that little bit of harmonics in
Yeah.
there.
Okay,
That means we're trying to be a little too aggressive.
okay.
Let it go one more time around and clean up. Tell you what we're gonna do is
Yeah, it's not even cleaned up that back corner yet.
right. No, I'm gonna clean that diamond wheel over here real quick.
Okay. I'm gonna let Lance jump in there and
Yeah.
do his thing here. I'm learning how to run his surface grinder
Yeah.
here, and I'm not familiar with the controls because I've never run it before. So it's just getting familiar with doing what you need to do so you don't crash something.
Yeah. Well, it's tough coming into somebody else's shop too, because I think it's like I never touch your machines because I'm nervous. You know, like I might not
Yeah.
be nervous in front of my lathe, but I'm going to be nervous in front of yours. So.
So you're gonna manually clean the wheel with that dressing stick?
Yep.
Okay. All right, back to grinding
Back to grinding again.
Back to grinding
Just
it.
freshen that diamond. We probably should have done that before we even started. I rarely have to do that because I use the stone. The coarse side of the stone will generally clean up the matrix of that diamond. And then the fine side tends to want to bind up or load up that diamond, so to speak. That's not really what's happening, but I tend to have more problem on the fine side. But usually, once we're done grinding the coarse side, it'll clean that diamond wheel up very nicely, so it's ready to grind the fine side.
Okay.
But it is what it is. I mean, we're already at 15 thousandths on this face.
Yeah, that back corner on that side,
super low.
Yeah, real low. I think we talked about this in a previous video. The surface of those stones, well, this is why you're grinding them. The surface of those stones are not flat. They look flat, but they're not.
Yep.
They could have a big old bow in the center of it where you're only touching on the corners of it.
Yep. Yeah, so it took 20 thousandths to flatten that.
Okay.
Which is not that uncommon. Usually I'd say my average is between 10 and 15 thousandths to be sure that you got a flat surface over all the stones I've done.
Yeah.
I might just finish this up if you don't mind, and
go ahead.
I'll put it on auto, and then you can.
All right, this should be the end of the 6-inch stones. This was the last surface to grind on this pair, anyway. About as flat can be right there. And he always stands them up here in the coolant tray and just lets them drain, and that'll be it. So we're gonna jump on. I don't know what set he wants to do next. I don't know, maybe do the 8-inch next, but we're just gonna repeat the process, and I'm just trying to get a little familiar with running the Kent grinder.
Yeah, I think doing the 8-inch next, and then we'll save the 4-inchers for last. So.
Okay.
I did the 6-inch ones because they're kind of the middle, and so you get a feel for the machine.
Okay. Because those 4-inch, it'd be a little faster, I'm sure.
Yeah, and these 8s are a little bit slower, so.
Okay. We got the first of the 8-inch stones completed. Both sides ground flat. Set them over here and let it be drying, and then we'll get on the second one here. Still got this pair left right here to do, and we'll have all my stones finished up after we get to that pair. Lance is getting his track mill leveled up now. We got it off the blocks and actually setting on the cast iron leveling pads, using the Fell precision level again, and finish it up with the stair at 199. And I've been watching the grinder here. After this guy, we've got one more to do for the 4-inch. There's the other ones that we've already finished. And he's got a used pair here that he wants to touch up once we're done with mine. All right, so we just finished up the last of the precision stones for me. Set this guy over here. We'll let it start draining, drying out. So there we go. There's our 3 new pairs. And I'm gonna do these for Lance. These are his personal stones he uses. He's gonna go ahead and touch them up. He's been over here behind me playing with the track mill, just learning it really. He just replaced all the software for it, the control, and he's just been going through. We got it leveled up earlier. He's going to be enjoying this machine.
Once I learn it.
Once you learn how to make it work.
Getting there, slow but sure.